My name is Chris Plevin. I'm the director of production here at Chicago Shakespeare Theater. So the Yard is an incredibly flexible space. We like to say it is a theater of the imagination. And although what's behind me right now looks like a permanent structure, it is actually 9 modular movable towers. Absolutely every single piece of this room can be moved. One of the big questions for us is, what is the relationship between the audience and the stage? For us, it was important to be able to give our artists unbreakable flexibility in terms of how they could craft that relationship. This space, which is currently configured to seat about 700 people, can be expanded to almost 900 people or closed down to seat 150. The towers can be put in a circle to create theater in the round. They can be lined up facing one another to create what we call a traverse or a runway configuration, in which the audience is 2 equal banks facing one another with a stage in the middle. That opportunity is one that is given to the artists. We can ask them the question, where do you want the stage to be in this room? And that is a question that very few performing artists get the chance to be asked. So on the day of the performance, long before the audience walks into the theater, we have a series of checks that are done by this team of 14 people every single day before every single performance to make sure that when the audience walks into the theater, everything is going to be exactly the way that we want it to be.
I arrive at the theater about 2 hours before the performance starts. Then I go around and I check in with the crew, who is all here doing their jobs, getting the stage ready, the lights, the sound, the set, sweeping, mopping, setting the props, getting all the set pieces set where they need to be, the wardrobe crew getting the costumes ready for the actors to arrive. At half an hour before the show starts, we do what we call opening the house, and we turn it over to house management, who then starts getting the audience into the space.
This evening's performance will begin momentarily. Please take your seats at this time.
Ming, 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 ming. You make sure it's balanced on both sides. Ming, 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 ming. We had an expanded week of rehearsal. A lot of it was trying to figure out what the witches were. We played with it in the rehearsal space, but then when we got here, it was completely different because we then have these different realms in where we live, the main stage and then up in the attic. It really was right up until opening that those things were being figured out.
During the show, I am up in the booth making the show happen. I've got a headset on and I communicate with the different board ops, the light board op, the sound board op. Then we have crew who are running around backstage in a very prescribed pattern. It's a sort of a delicate dance. As much as happening on stage is happening backstage, if not more so. The same sort of thing when certain moves happen, a set piece comes on stage, an automation cue flies in. I'll say automation 10, go, or stand by to cue this actor and then cue that actor.
Even if you can't see people's faces, you still feel their energy. Sometimes there's a moment you can feel people actually lean in, like what is going to happen next? And you can sense that, even in this rather large configuration of this particular space for this show. It feels like more than just us on the stage. Everyone is in the play.
Shakespeare often has this sort of connotation of being elitist or something not for the people. But by creating this new space on Navy Pier, we're welcoming the city to come join us and to see art and to bring people in and let them see that Shakespeare is for everybody.
There are never 2 days that are the same. There are never 2 days that are easy, but one of the most fulfilling parts of the whole equation is getting to walk out the door every day knowing that we have made something that's never been made before.